Hey Tyler, can you pick up some medicine on your way home? Both kids have had fevers since this morning.
Yeah, I can. What kind of medicine do they need?
The pediatrician recommended children's Tylenol. The one we have already expired. Jen's temp is 101.3 and Tommy's is 100.8.
Can't you go get it?
I've been monitoring their temperatures all day. They're really uncomfortable, and I don't want to leave them alone. Jen keeps crying, and Tommy won't eat anything.
Can't you ask my mom to help? Can't she go grab the medicine?
Your parents are visiting your sister this week, remember? They won't be back until next Tuesday.
Right, I forgot about that.
I've been trying to keep them hydrated, but their fever is getting worse.
They'll be fine. Kids get sick. It's normal.
Tyler, can you please come home early today? The kids keep asking for you. They miss their dad. They need you here.
I'm really busy today. Got a business dinner. Probably won't be back until tomorrow morning.
They haven't seen you in 3 days, Tyler.
I've been swamped with meetings, and work has been so busy.
Tommy was crying for you earlier. He drew you a picture yesterday and wanted to show you. The kids miss you a lot.
I'll look at it when I have time. I'm just busy.
The kids need their father, especially when they're sick like this.
Look, I can't just drop everything. The clients are important.
More important than your sick children?
Don't start, you know what I mean.
Another business dinner? Feels like it's been every night lately.
Last week was different. Had to entertain those investors from Singapore.
And the week before that was the Tokyo delegation. And before that, the Hong Kong team.
Those were crucial meetings. We're expanding into Asia. Our company's growing.
You said that last month too, and the month before.
I can't help it. You know how things are.
Do I? You're barely home anymore.
But the dinners are necessary. Ever since Dad passed away and I took over...
I know. You have to maintain relationships. You told me so many times already.
It's necessary to keep the company going. I haven't been running things that long since taking over.
It's been 2 years, Tyler.
I need to get clients to like me so we can secure more work. It's tough keeping a company afloat in this economy.
I understand the pressure you're under, but our family needs you too.
The company is for our family. Everything I do is for us.
I get that, of course, but our kids are sick today. I haven't slept in 24 hours watching them. I need to rest or I'm gonna get sick too.
They get sick all the time. Kids bounce back quickly.
Not always. Remember last time? When Tommy had that high fever?
And you've been a mom for over 3 years now. Don't get worked up over something like this.
Are you seriously lecturing me about how long I've been a mother right now?
A mother should be more level-headed.
How can you say that? Being a parent means worrying about your children, especially when they're sick.
You're being overprotective again.
But remember when our kid had that seizure from the high fever? I just want someone here with me.
That was different. He was younger then.
It was only a year ago, Tyler.
That was when he was 2, right? He's older now. He'll be fine.
He's 3. You don't even know how old your son is.
Stop making such a fuss over a simple cold. I'm sure it's nothing.
A simple cold can still be dangerous for kids. I'm alone here handling everything. I haven't slept properly in days taking care of them.
That's what mothers do. My mom managed fine with me.
Your mom had help. Your dad was actually there. He came home every night for dinner. You told me that yourself.
Look, you need to understand, when Dad passed away 2 years ago, I had to step up and protect his company.
And what about protecting your family?
I've been working my ass off every day since then. You said you'd support me, remember?
Supporting you doesn't mean I should accept you completely abandoning your role as a father.
I haven't abandoned anything. I'm providing for this family.
Providing isn't just about money, Tyler. I'm worried because you're barely home anymore. All this drinking can't be good for your health. Plus, our son still isn't comfortable around you. He cries whenever he sees you, his own father.
That's because our son is more shy than other kids.
He's more comfortable with my parents than you. They only see him once a week, which means you're seeing him less than his grandparents do.
What are you talking about? That doesn't even make sense. No way, that's not true. I come home every day.
Yeah, after he's already asleep. And he leaves for daycare before you wake up. Plus, you're always out golfing with clients on weekends. When was the last time you even held him?
I held him recently.
When?
Maybe 2 months ago?
See? No wonder he's not comfortable with you. Can't you spend more time with your son? Even an hour a day would help.
What do you expect me to do? Drop everything?
I expect you to be a father to your children.
Look, I can't change how things are right now. I have a mission to protect this company.
Your mission or your father's?
I have to protect what Dad spent 60 years building.
And what about what we're building? Our family.
The company is our family's future.
I get how you feel, but are you okay with how things are with your son?
Just bear with me for a few more years until I get the hang of being CEO.
A few more years? Tommy will barely remember you by then. Are you okay with that?
Once things settle down, I'll work on bonding with him. We're both guys. It'll work out. I've got plans, drives, camping, just us guys. No mom needed.
He might refuse to go alone with you if you wait too long.
He's my son. He'll come around.
Children don't work that way. They need consistent presence and care.
I just can't right now. I thought you were an understanding wife. Don't make this harder.
Understanding? I've been understanding for 2 years.
Who do you think I'm working for? It's for you guys.
Is it really for us, or is it for your ego?
Don't start with that. I'm doing my best here.
You're best for the company, maybe, not for us.
I need to go. The clients are waiting.
Of course they are. They always are. At least tell me if you're getting the medicine.
Can't you just order it online?
It won't arrive until tomorrow. The kids need it now, Tyler.
Fine, I'll send someone from the office to drop it off.
They need their father, not a delivery person.
I told you I can't come home now!
Fine. Message received. Loud and clear. Tyler, have you been at work today?
Of course, why?
Because I just got a very concerning call.
What call?
The office is trying to reach you.
They should email me if it's urgent.
They said they've been emailing you all morning. No one can find any of the contract files for the Singapore deal.
I've been in meetings.
Tyler, where are you? The company just called. They asked if I knew where you were, saying they couldn't find you. Aren't you at work?
Who would call you? That's completely inappropriate. I am working.
They seemed really worried about you. Said you haven't been in the office for days.
Which department called?
Accounting and HR both tried to reach me. The finance team is panicking about some unsigned documents.
Seriously? Why would they call home? Who called? I told you I had an important meeting today.
What meeting? They said your calendar is empty. The employees were panicking because you hadn't shown up. The senior manager said they've been covering for you in client meetings.
They're overreacting. I've got everything under control.
Do you? Because they said they've been trying to reach you for hours. Days, actually. Where have you really been?
It must be a misunderstanding.
They said there's an urgent contract that needs your signature. Something about payroll processing deadlines.
Oh, right. I totally forgot about the meeting. You shouldn't be causing trouble for the employees.
I didn't cause anything. They called me. They said this isn't the first time you've disappeared.
You're making them worry unnecessarily.
They were already worried. That's why they called.
Where are you wandering around?
Shouldn't I be asking you that question?
I'm not wandering around. I was meeting with a client.
Which client?
You wouldn't know them. Business stuff.
After 15 years in sales, I know most players in the industry. I still keep in touch with many of them.
It's a new contact.
What's their company name? You should at least share your schedule with the employees. They're worried when they don't know where you are. Are you actually reading what I'm writing? They called me because they couldn't find you. The finance director said there are urgent documents waiting.
Today was just a one-time thing where I forgot about the meeting. Stop lecturing me.
One time? Really? Because they mentioned this happens quite often. The project manager said you missed 3 client meetings last week.
I don't need input from someone who doesn't contribute.
Excuse me? I contribute nothing? Who's been raising your children while you're at work? But I feel so bad for the employees. They told me earlier, they said the CEO often disappears during work hours. They've been covering up your absences for months.
They shouldn't be talking to you about company matters.
They said they knew it was inappropriate to call at home. But they couldn't reach you no matter how many times they tried. So they had to make the difficult decision to contact me.
They had no right to tell you anything.
Someone had to tell me what's really going on. The accounting team is worried about the company finances.
Those contracts can wait.
They mentioned something about payroll issues too, and missing client payments.
They told you that? Unnecessary. Nothing. You don't need to handle client meetings alone. Let someone else take over sometimes.
Tyler, you're not making sense. What is going on?
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
You're mixing up conversations now. You sound like you're talking to yourself.
No, I'm not. I'm fine.
If the company head needs to make appearances, I could help.
Why would you?
Well, I am the CEO's wife, and I could handle the social calls. I used to work in sales, and I'm good at that kind of thing. Better than hiding from clients.
You haven't worked in years.
Because you wanted me to stay home, remember?
That was different. The kids were younger then.
The kids are still young now.
Come on, stop that. And what about the housework and childcare?
My parents can help. Our son is comfortable with them, so it wouldn't be a problem.
Suddenly you want to work after all this time?
I'm trying to help you. The employees are desperate for someone to step in.
What are you talking about? Childcare is a mother's job.
That's not what you said when I was working before.
I've heard kids can have developmental delays if they don't get enough maternal attention, especially when they're young.
Now you're concerned about our child's development? But if I helped out, maybe you could come home more often? The employees wouldn't have to worry so much.
You don't understand business.
I understand it better than you think. I was the top sales performer 3 years running. Before you made me quit.
That was different. There's nothing you can do. Don't underestimate business. Women should stay home and handle the housework and kids.
You're being ridiculous. Something needs to change. And you need help with some changes. This can't go on.
What exactly needs to change?
Your behavior, for starters.
Shut up! You don't know anything about business, so stop trying to help!
Don't yell at me through text.
You didn't have to say it like that. This company is mine.
Your father's company, you mean?
I won't let anyone interfere with how I run things, especially not an outsider like you.
An outsider? I'm your wife. How can you call me that?
Don't ever criticize my methods again.
Or what?
I'm heading home now.
Running away from the conversation?
We'll talk at home.
Will we? Or will you just avoid it like everything else?
You'll see. I'll explain everything.
Like you always do?
Just wait until I get home.
If you actually come home this time. Oh? You're done early today. No client dinner?
Client had to cancel, so I'll have dinner at home for once.
That's unexpected.
Can't I have dinner with my family?
Of course you can. It's just unusual lately. Usually you don't even respond to my texts at this hour. You're normally too busy with clients.
Things are different now.
Since when? I made spring rolls today.
Sounds good. I'm getting hungry.
I only made enough for me and the kids. I wasn't expecting you. You haven't eaten dinner with us in months.
I can grab something on the way.
There's leftover rice from lunch.
I'll pick up our kid from daycare.
What? What's gotten into you? You've never done that before.
Is it that strange?
Yes, actually. You don't even know which daycare we use. You've never been there.
Just felt like it. Work wrapped up early for once.
Did something happen at work? The employees called again today.
Why does something need to happen? Why do they keep calling you?
Because this isn't like you at all. You haven't picked up the kids in over a year. Do you know where their daycare is?
Maybe I'm trying to change.
Just like that?
Is that so hard to believe?
Actually, yes.
Well, I don't mind. Want me to stop by the store too, if you need anything?
Sure. Let me check if there's anything we need. Seriously, Tyler, what's up with you? Offering to do these things on your own? Did you hit your head or something?
Can't I try to be a better husband and a better father?
After all this time?
Nothing like that, just feeling more relaxed today. Plus, I've been thinking, I've been dumping too much on you lately.
Lately, meaning the past 3 years?
I know I've made mistakes.
I see. Can you pick up eggs and beer? You're drinking tonight too, right?
Actually, I'm gonna quit drinking for a while.
What? But you were drinking just last night.
Was I?
You came home at 2 a.m. smelling like a brewery.
Got some concerning results from my recent physical. Decided to go on a diet, starting with no alcohol.
When did you have a physical?
Last week.
You were with clients all last week. You said so yourself. Remember the crucial meetings you couldn't miss?
I squeezed it in between meetings.
Really? When exactly?
Does it matter?
Well, that's good, I guess. Then just eggs, please. Any kind is fine.
I've been thinking.
That's dangerous.
Hey, do you really want to be a stay-at-home mom? Don't you miss working like you used to?
Where is this coming from?
Just asking.
Of course I do. I loved my job. Only quit because I had to take care of everything at home. You insisted I quit, remember?
Maybe that was a mistake.
You're the one who insisted. Said it wasn't proper for a CEO's wife to work. Said it would look bad to clients.
Right. Well, how would you feel about going back to work?
Really? You're the one who wanted me to be a stay-at-home mom.
Things change.
Yes, they certainly do. But why now?
Yeah, but I've been thinking lately that I don't have the right to stop you if you want to work.
This is very different from what you were saying yesterday.
Yesterday?
You said a woman's place is in the home.
People can change their minds.
What's with the sudden change?
Although when you think about it, dual-income households are normal these days.
Since when do you care about what's normal?
I've been so focused on protecting the company that I couldn't think about what you wanted. I regret that.
Just like that. You regret it. Just like that.
If you want to work, you should work. We can leave our son with my parents.
But your parents said they're moving to the countryside next month.
Oh, right.
You were at their farewell dinner last week.
Must have slipped my mind.
In that case, I'd love to work, but why not let me help with your company?
No, that won't work. You really don't want that.
Why not? I know the industry. I still have contacts from my sales days.
It's not that having you at the company would be a burden. I just don't want my wife as a colleague.
Afraid I'll see something I shouldn't?
We'd probably end up talking about work at home too, right? I want home to be a place where we can relax.
Since when? You bring work home every night. When you actually come home.
Plus, the employees would feel awkward.
The same employees who called me worried about you?
That was different.
Different how?
They shouldn't have involved you.
So, does this mean you'll be spending more time at home, too?
Yeah. I'll cut back on client meetings and make more time for my family.
Just like that? All those important meetings aren't important anymore?
Family comes first now.
I see. I don't really understand, but you've had quite the change of heart.
People can change.
Yes, they certainly can, especially when they're desperate.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing, just thinking out loud.
You sound suspicious.
Do I have reason to be?
Of course not.
We'll see.
So, Rachel, how was your first day back at work?
I was worried, but I remembered more than I expected. Being able to go back to my old company helped, and since most people were still there, it was pretty comfortable.
That's good to hear. Good job, that's great then. I heard it can be hard to get hired after being unemployed for a while.
They were surprisingly eager to have me back.
I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, I'm lucky my old company took me back.
You must be tired after your first day. I made dinner.
You're cooking now too?
Tried my best, nothing fancy.
You've really changed, helping with housework and childcare now. After years of saying it was women's work.
I meant what I said about putting family first.
Did you? Funny how this change happened right after the company started having problems. Right after those employee calls.
I'm sorry I couldn't appreciate family before. I should have realized sooner.
Realized what exactly?
Nothing is more important than family. From now on, family comes first.
Oh, but we won't be a family anymore.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
Rachel, what are you talking about?
I've got the divorce papers ready. Already hired a lawyer.
Divorce? But things are better now!
Better? You mean you're desperate now? Trying to keep me from finding out the truth.
What are you talking about?
I'm taking our children and moving back in with my parents. They're already on board, so don't worry. The room is ready.
You can't do this to me!
Watch me.
After everything I've done for you?
You mean everything you've done to me?
What are you talking about? Why divorce?
It's your fault. You know what you did.
My fault? Please, explain. But I've been such a good husband lately, right?
Good husband?
Yes, I've changed.
Where? Where exactly?
I've done everything you wanted.
You started helping with housework and childcare. Spent more time with family, treated me nicely.
Exactly, so why?
And now you want a divorce? How dare you?
Please, Rachel, don't do this.
It's laughable that you think doing the bare minimum makes you a good husband. After years of neglect.
Why, Rachel?
Haven't things been good between us lately?
Yes, that's what I don't understand. We've been fighting less, almost like we're back to before we got married.
Back to before? You idiot. I lost all love for you ages ago.
What? No lingering attachment?
None.
But even when I was always working, I loved you.
Did you? Was that love when you were out drinking every night? When you missed our son's birthday?
My love for you never changed. I worked so hard to make your life easier.
Easier? You made everything harder.
And now I'm trying to cherish you even more.
Now that you need me.
My whole life has always revolved around you. How can you just throw me away like this?
Are you serious? You're pathetic. I don't want you anymore.
Rachel, what happened to you? Did you find someone else?
Is that what you think this is about?
What? You better not be cheating. If you are, I'll demand compensation. You're not denying it? So that must be it.
Think whatever you want. It's easier than facing the truth, isn't it?
I'm disappointed. I never thought you'd be that kind of woman.
That's rich coming from you.
You witch! How much compensation are you planning to demand?
At least 100,000.
That's pretty bold, isn't that a bit much?
Not for what I've been through.
Do you even know the going rate for infidelity settlements? It's usually $30,000 max.
I'm demanding at least what I've earned for you all this time. Even 100,000 isn't enough.
Look who's talking. You just want money.
Really? That's what you think this is about? What are you saying? This is for my emotional distress.
You're being ridiculous.
No, that's not it. You need money because your company is about to go bankrupt, right?
What?
That's why you wanted me to go back to work. All that nice talk was just BS.
You don't know what you're talking about.
The reason you could come home early was because there was no work to begin with.
That's not true! We still have clients!
Really? Name 3 active projects. Just 3.
How do you know? About the company!
The employees told me. Your sudden change in attitude seemed suspicious, so I went to the company secretly and asked them what was going on.
You went behind my back?
Someone had to figure out what was happening, since you wouldn't tell the truth.
That's not... Well, yes, work has decreased, but...
Go on. Explain.
Plus, the reason work decreased is because you were rude to clients, made constant mistakes, and caused nothing but trouble!
Me? I haven't been near your company in years.
You kept interfering.
When exactly did I interfere?
Combined with the recession, we lost both clients and work!
But that's weird. You were supposedly having all these business dinners, so why would clients abandon you?
They're just temporary setbacks?
The account books say otherwise.
You saw the books?
The accounting team showed me everything. Every receipt.
It's complicated!
Oh, those business dinners were lies, weren't they?
I was networking!
You were just out partying with multiple hostesses every night. On the company dime, too.
That's not...
The credit card statements don't lie. I heard all about it. That's why the company's been in the red this whole time.
I wasn't partying!
The employees testified. I know everything. Every detail.
They had no right to tell you all this.
I fact-checked it all. Why your attitude suddenly changed, how you've been skipping work, neglecting both work and home, partying with women.
Those were business expenses!
$50,000 at hostess clubs in 1 month? Is that what you call business?
Wait, we can talk about this! Let's talk!
There's nothing left to talk about. Divorce is my only option.
You can't leave now!
I don't care if the company goes bankrupt and you end up drowning in debt.
Please!
You'll be paying me compensation for adultery.
I can explain!
The nerve of you to accuse me of cheating and insult me when you're the one who's been unfaithful? You've got some personality.
It wasn't like that!
The Hostess Club receipts say otherwise.
Those women meant nothing!
But the company meant something? Your father's legacy meant something?
I'm so very sorry. Please, don't divorce me. Please, help me.
Help you? Yeah, right.
I'll do anything!
According to the employees, bankruptcy is inevitable now, right?
We can still save it!
They said everyone's quitting and abandoning the company.
Not everyone!
The senior staff are already looking for new jobs. Everyone's abandoned you, including me.
Please, I need you!
You should have thought of that before you destroyed everything.
I can change, really change this time!
Too late. The lawyers already have everything they need.
What do you mean?
Every receipt, every credit card statement, every company record. All the proof of your betrayal.
You can't use those!
Watch me.
This will destroy me!
You destroyed yourself. I left my husband and moved back to my parents' house with our children. The divorce was finalized a month later, and I received the settlement payment. 3 months after I left, the company went bankrupt. Since my husband couldn't pay some of the employees' salaries, they sued him. Later, one of the longtime employees bought the company building when it went up for sale and started a new company there. It turns out it wasn't my husband who was trying to protect my father-in-law's legacy, but the employees. My husband taking over the company was a mistake from the start. Buried in massive debt, he ended up working on a fishing boat arranged by his debt collectors. I don't feel any sympathy for whatever happened to him now. He caused trouble for so many people, so he deserves whatever punishment he gets.